Good morning, Eric.
Morning, Mr. K.
All right, so today we talk about minimalism. Yep, so I think firstly I talk about kind of like the meaning of minimalism. Yeah, for this one, it can be applied on many aspects. Yeah, if you try to search this term on maybe Google or Wikipedia, you can find that minimalism can be like in the music aspect or arts. But today we're not talking about music or arts. We talk about uh, minimalism as a lifestyle. Yeah, and yeah, so the simple meaning is like a lifestyle of living with less things and then being happier. Yeah, and being happy with it. And at the same time, we are more aware of what we own, what we have, and also what we don't need. Yeah, so this is I think, is the concept or the idea of minimalism, in my opinion. Yeah, and also you can also find that there are some minimalism guidance online. Yeah, and uh, they may suggest you to reduce the things that you own, uh, maybe to 10 things. I think we may need to go to that extreme. Yeah, but we can try to benefit ourselves from uh, having this kind of attitude, not necessarily to the extreme. Yep. So this is my some of my opinion to this. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. So it's a very popular terms, right?
Mm.
Because we also mm, I heard one of the book which is called 断舍离.
Mm.
Mm. And this is a Japanese book, but it's so popular, translate to many languages, including English and Chinese. And this is talk about the minimalism.
Yep.
Mm,
Yeah. So minimalism is like the opposite of it is, I think, is something like materialism. Is it? Uh,
mm,
you actually put too much meaning to the things. Uh, Mostly is the physical things that you have, you own, and also it is kind of like quite hard if you want to uh, go towards minimalism if you are a material, if you are more towards materialism.
mm,
Yep. And then actually for me, I had uh, some experience, especially recently, because uh, yeah, I told you before, which I moved out from where I live to uh, like a little container house. Yeah, and yeah, I just want to share something here, which at first when I move out, and then I just bring my luggage. Yeah, I bring some of my clothes and then my toothbrushes, toothpaste, and then also my suitcase. Yeah, for work. Yeah, for going to work, and then some teaching materials. Yeah, and my phones. Yeah, and not many things. Yeah, at the first day. Yep. And then after, yeah, because uh I move out in the evening. So after that I go to sleep in the new place. And the next morning when I wake up, yeah, I started to find that, oh, I didn't bring enough things. Yeah. I didn't bring my blanket. Yeah. So that I feel quite cold at night. And after that I found that I didn't bring my cups. Yeah, even though I bring the my oatmeal, but I didn't bring my cup, so I couldn't have the light breakfast in the morning, because I used to have breakfast in the morning. Like after I wake up, yeah, I need to drink the oatmeal, yeah, so that I can uh, hold until I take breakfast at like 8 or 9 o'clock. So I think yeah, I need that. So I didn't bring it. And yeah, after that I slowly found that many things I didn't bring. Yeah, for example, I didn't bring my pen. Yeah, I need to write something. uh, I also need to bring more books here. Yeah, because there something is my teaching material, and some of it is the books that I want to read. Yeah, so I think this is a very good experience, which I moved to a place which I have little things, and then I started to find what I need. Yeah, and I didn't like think purposely. Yeah, I just live usually, and then if I lack of something, and I go to take.
Mm.
Yep, and also clothes. Yeah, clothes. I didn't bring a lot. There are still a lot in my in the place that I previously live. Yeah, and right now I only bring a few which is for work, and then a few which is for like wearing at home. Yep. So yeah, I think this is a quite an interesting experience. Yep. And then what is the result? Yeah, the result is like when I do cleaning, actually I found that it is easier. Yeah, I don't have a lot of stuff. And also when I don't have many things, and I can focus on the things that I want to do. Yeah. And uh yeah, it seems like life is simpler, but you won't feel boring because we will find something to do with what we have. Yeah, so this is some of my experience. I think it is not really the extreme minimalism, but it kind of like doing the uh, what's that, the minus work uh, in my life, because I previously I have many things and I move out. I have little things and I started to find out what I need, what I don't need, and then also do the adding jobs, which is like what I need, and I add it in to my life.
Mm.
Yep. So yeah, this is something my experience. So how about you? Do you have any experience of minimalism, or in what aspect which you think you're actually quite a minimalist?
Okay, first thing is I don't think I'm a minimalism. Sorry, I don't think I'm not a minimalist.
Mm,
And but my lifestyle is adopting minimalism and is quite like the minimalist from other people's eyes.
mm,
So if you asked me this question a few months ago, I would have different answer.
oh,
And
why?
also, I mean, so okay, why is a different answer? Let's say I'll tell you. Okay,
Mm,
and if you ask me a few months ago, I'll say, yeah, yeah, I think I'm minimalism. Sorry, I think I'm a minimalist, and I do this, I do that. I
mm,
don't do this, I don't do that. I don't like materialism.
mm,
All those things. If you ask me a few months ago, I will answer you like this.
yeah.
And because it's an old topic, if you ask me 1 year ago, I will also answer like this.
Okay.
And also a few months ago, I also try to listen, try to read the audiobook,
Mm,
and which is called the 断舍离. And then I found that it's not the cup of my tea. So I like the idea, but actually I find no point, no point to to keep your focus on minimalism. And after a few months, which is you should fast forward until today, what is
mm,
my thinking? Is actually a person who think he or she is a minimalist is not a good minimalist. And let me explain.
mm,
I don't become minimalist because of I want to become minimalist. And what I want in my life and what I pursuing and what's the pursuing. Now, what pursuing to me is above everything. And then, for example, let me give you an analogy, which is I don't become minimalist because I want to be minimalist. Let's say in the past we discussed about the being different. So it's kind of like become a unique person. So if you want to become a unique person, what you shouldn't do is try to become unique, try to become different. This is not the thing you should do. And by doing the thing, you are not becoming different. Yeah. And you are just a bigger type of a personality that you want to against the society culture. So you are still in the category, For example, I say I want to be different, so I want to against a lot of things. I try to do something that people don't do. I try to do something people don't like, people hate, and I'm just cultivate a personality that is against the society, against the culture. Yeah. So you didn't become unique. This is not unique, Do you get what it means?
What? Actually, I don't get something like the insight from there. Do you mean that there are still many this kind of people, and you're not unique, or what?
Okay, people try to be unique. They try to do different thing from others. Or maybe, okay, let's say for example, you want to capture attention from a girl, and if you agree and accept the idea from the normal Mr. Nice Guy, and it say, okay, it asks you to try to find what you want, and you don't need you try to become a unique person, right? And also you think, okay, I want to be unique person, and now I want to woo a girl, I want to get a girl. And how about the other guys? What the other guys do? Okay, the other guys buy the flower, buy a gift to the girl. Okay, so that I want to be unique, so that I can attract the girl. Yeah, I want to do different things. So I kind of like ignore the girl, and try to think by try to like kind of like construct and plan a strategy to capture the girl's attention. But what is the difference between you and them, between you and those men? Actually, no different. You just try to use another approach to achieve the same thing, to capture the attention. And this is the analogy of the minimalism. Yeah. So what's the analogy on the society, society and on the cultural, which the point I make just now is you try to be different, but you do something that you try to against everybody else doing. So try to find out what they do, and then you do the opposite. So you just become negative characters of theirs, or you just become a villain. I don't know. I forget how to pronounce. What?
Yes, that is almost correct. Villain.
Yeah, you just become a villain or become the super villain. So you are not different. You actually are not different. Many people are doing the same thing. You are just fall into another categories. So you didn't become unique. You just triggered by one of the bias, and then you didn't discover this is a bias, and then you are get trapped into the bias, and then you are influenced by the bias and affect your personality and also your behavior and your thoughts and your attitude to the world. You are not unique. You just become a person who hate the world. A unique person have unique point of view, have unique world view, have unique value view, have unique moral view on many things. This is a unique person. Yeah, and if you want to use the terms to describe unique person, it's not different. They are different. It's weird. Yeah, smart people has a little bit weird because you can't know what's in their mind. Of course, you're not familiar terms. You of course you don't know what they think. But if they explain to you and maybe you can catch it. Maybe you still couldn't understand. Yeah, because they have a different view. So it's weird. But weird can be many type of weird. Can weird in many shape. Yeah. So how do you? Yeah, go ahead.
Does the unique here related to like the self, kind of like being the self, and
yeah, being unique means being yourself.
Yeah,
it's not
then
being different.
Being different is like purposely you
being not
follow
others.
Okay.
Yeah, being different means being not others, but it doesn't mean being yourself, right? This is also something I explained in the past. Being yourself, the opposite, the antithetic is called losing yourself. It's not being others. Yeah. And what's the analogy to explain the minimalist?
Yeah.
I think the starting point is totally wrong. So that, okay, go back to the analogy. A unique person don't become unique by just doing different things, by just doing the thing different from other people. They understand what should they do and also the reasons of the way of doing things, the behavior behind it, behind the behavior. They know the reason. They know why they should take this action. They know why they should take the behavior. They should do this. They should do that. And go back to the minimalist. If you want to becoming a good, the good here, quote unquote, because it can be many definitions. And becoming a good and sustainable minimalist, in my opinion, is same as being a unique person. You will become it naturally over time. It's not like you try to stick with the guidelines. You try to stick with the guidance and also the advice of how to become a minimalist or how to cultivate minimalism. You don't do that to become a good and sustainable minimalist. And you minimize something. It's because you want to maximize other things. So what is the things you want to maximize? We don't minimize something because of we just want to minimize something. Yeah, we don't do something just because we want the suffering. We want the benefit from it. So what is the benefit? Do you want the benefit or do you want, do you want the benefit associated to the behavior or you want the suffering associated with the behavior? Yeah. Does cultivate minimalism give you any suffering? If yes, is this a good minimalism? Yeah. Is this a good concept of minimalism in one's mind, in one's thought? Is this a sustainable concept of minimalism in one's mind, in one's thought? Or actually, the real minimalists, They don't think it's a suffering. They think it's just nature. They don't need all of those things. They finally found the thing they truly love, they want, and they are willing to sacrifice other things in order to maximize the thing they want. They are willing to minimize other things they don't want, or they're not really that really not catch their attention, they not catch their mind compared to the one thing. So that if go back to a first principle, thinking of becoming minimalist is a wrong starting point. A better approach is thinking what you want. What is the thing you want to maximize? You want to maximize the thing you want in your life, and which is the thing which is you are very comfortable and desire. You are very comfortable to sacrifice and minimize other things in order to achieve it. Because you are so desired to get the thing you want. Yeah. You can accept other thing is absence. You can accept you lose other thing, just you want to maximize a particular thing. No matter it could be the wealth, no matter it could be the family, no matter it could be some people maybe the sex, the climax experience, the climax experience. It could be anything. It could be the collection of cars. Yeah, of course, it's a materialism. It could be the collection of the stamp. It could be collection of anything. Yeah, it also could be spending all your money. It also could be donation of all your money. Yeah. So different people have different value. Maybe one people want to make wealth, want to create wealth just because they want to donate all their wealth. They want to help the society. They want to help the world. They want to solve maybe the hunger problem. They want to solve the climate change. So they work so hard to earn so much money. You couldn't deny there are some of this kind of person in the world. Of course, not many. Of course, not many. Yeah, but do they are minimalism? I'm sorry. Do they are minimalist? In some circumstances, yes, because they figure out what they really want to do, and then they balance. They balance the cost and benefits. They calculate the things, the benefit and the consequences in their mind, whether they should spend this money. And most of the time, you found that okay, they are not driving a very expensive car because they really know how to use the money to solve the problem they want to solve. They don't buy the expensive car to solve the problem because it's not going to solve the problem they are desired to solve. Yeah, they spend the money in the place which is more effective, which is more efficient to solve a problem. And money and time is interchangeable. So that if they spend their money on an expensive car, they need to spend more times on working, on doing something that couldn't directly relate us and impact on the problem they want to solve or the life they want to have. Yeah, so they rather save the money and then put the money on an effective manner, on effective means. Yeah, so they can free out their time. They can use their time to do something they want to do or try to solve the problem they want to solve. Yeah. So they kind of like become minimalist over time naturally. They don't have the mindset they want to become minimalist. They want to become minimalist, so they want to cultivate the minimalism. They want to capture all the benefit from the minimalism or the benefit from becoming a minimalist. So that I want to become minimalist. They don't do that.
So I get some important point here from you, which is like the minimalist. If our starting point is from being a minimalist, trying to get benefits, that could be a wrong direction. And the direction, a more correct direction is like find out what you want, and then put your focus on the things that you really want in your life, and that could be very little, that could be maybe more for some people, but that doesn't matter. The matters thing is like you don't waste your time on the things that you don't really need it or want it.
Yeah, this also a minimal. This also a minimalism, and this is the ultimate minimalism.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
the ultimate minimalism is kind of like we don't think about the maybe they call the material things, or you don't have the desire to buy new things because you finally find out what is your wants. Yeah. But you shouldn't start from throwing your thing out of your room. What you should start from, the starting point is figuring what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for here, I want to ask one thing, which is like, because I think the self-esteem, because we discussed this before, which we have a few types of self-esteem, and I try to recall it. There are something like unconditional self-esteem. Yeah, if I'm wrong, please correct me. And they are like dependent self-esteem.
Yeah.
And there are one more I couldn't recall it.
Independence.
Or independence.
Yeah. So I think it's interdependence or independence.
Or independent.
I think it's
wait.
called independence.
Independent. And then dependent.
Oh, sorry. I need. Yeah, I forget already. I'm not sure the term is called interdependence self-esteem or called independent self-esteem. I just forget whether it's the inter or whether it's the int.
Yeah. So never mind. The one that I want to talk about is the self-esteem, which we need to rely on other people's view or acknowledgement. Yeah, even though we know that self-esteem couldn't be like we couldn't force ourselves to change the things, to change which type of self-esteem we have. But I think if we have a self-esteem which is like more towards the reliance on other people's view, acknowledgement, then also that affects us to become a minimalist, to become the person that we want to leave.
I think it's opposite. Yeah. The cause and effect is opposite. If you try to follow people's view, no matter you adopt the materialisms or no matter you adopt the minimalisms just because you are being brainwashed by other people. Yeah, you can be brainwashed by many people, by a lot of view. No matter it's a materialism, no matter it's the company persuade you to buy. Yeah, to get you happy, to make you happy, to get pleasure.
Yep.
You don't know accidents and tomorrow which one comes first. This is what they tell you. So you should care about today so that you should buy our product. Yeah. Let the futures go hell because you also go hell at the end. Yeah. So enjoy the life when you are still we are still in the world. Yeah, in the middle between the heavens and the hell. And yeah, this is about the materialism. Yeah, let's say, but I don't know. I believe I should sound like a total idiot because I really don't know what is a materialism, what is the core value, what is means, what is a concept. Yeah. And I didn't criticize it. Okay. This is just your choice. Okay. And about the minimalism, you just the opposite, being brainwashed. by the people who tell you that buy less thing, and be free. Yeah, free out of your mind. You don't need those things. Yeah, those things is a burden of you. You cannot bring it. You cannot bring it go away. When you die. Yeah, and you're producing rubbish. You're producing trash, and yeah, it could be many explanations.
Yeah.
You are just being brainwashed by another type, by the opposite type of a group of people. There's no difference here. And just like you say about the self-esteem, by cultivate this kind of minimalism, or by cultivate this kind of materialism, without truly understand what you want, without truly understand whether materialism is suit for you, or whether minimalism is suit for you. Maybe your nature is materialist, or maybe your nature is minimalist. Because after you finally found out what you want, it could be either way. It's just a category. Whether you are in a category of minimalism or whether you are in a category of materialism, what you want could be many things, but you can split everything into categories. So you can put it either in the materialism or you can put it in the minimalism. It doesn't matter. So the result is totally irrelevant to you. Whether you think yourself is materialism or no matter you think yourself is minimalism, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you want. And whether this is really the thing you want. What's the meaning to you? And then by thinking from this perspective, if you didn't figure out what you want and then you just adopt the minimalism or materialism or any kind of the philosophy idea, the ideology, you are just cultivate dependent self-esteem. Only after you truly understand what you are doing, you can move from dependent self-esteem to interdependent self-esteem. You still care other people's thoughts. You still care people other opinion. Your behavior, your thought still will be affected by other people, and many people, sorry, not many people, and all people, they will have some area which they has the dependent self-esteem, and also some area they have in the interdependent self-esteem, which they are confident enough to just follow themselves and not just purely follow others. But also, if you master on something, maybe you cultivate the unconditional self-esteem, which you totally don't care for other people's thoughts, and also you also don't care your thoughts. You just enjoy in doing the things. You don't really think I must get success from this. Yeah, which is the thing you may have, which is the thought you may have in the interdependent self-esteem. You must get success, okay, and of course you are doing your thing, but you want to validate it. You want to validate your worldview. You want to validate your point. You want to validate your logic. You want to validate anything you think is right. You think is correct. You try to outperform other people by being yourself. And you want to be proven that you are right, and you are very satisfied that you get a sense of accomplishment. But when you go to unconditional self-esteem, you don't care about the success at the end. Maybe you care about the happiness. Maybe you care about the peace. You care about the freedom. You don't need to be success in order to live a happy life, in order to live a very peace life. But this is another level, and you are enjoying doing the thing, even though you are not the top skill of the expert in that industry. but you are comfortable with that.
Yep. Yeah. So just now you also talk about like figure out whether what you really want either is materialism or minimalist or in between. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So the figure out what we want here actually include the consideration of the cost of being any type from it, right? For example, if you found that you actually are the type of person more towards materialism, and uh, at there actually you already conducted some comparison, maybe it's the cost and benefit analysis, because we know that materialism may cost you more money uh, to maybe to buy the things that you like, more money to spend. So to figure out what you want here already include the cost, right?
Yeah, but you couldn't just look at the cost. You need to look at the benefits. And for materialism, they spend the money if they are true materialist. And then the money they spend from the money they spend on the product or services, they can get, let's say, 1,000 utilities. But for another type of person, they spend on the same product and services, they can only get 100 utilities. And the true minimalist, they spend on the same product and services, they only get 1 utilities. So standing from the cost and benefit analysis, should minimalists spend the money on the product and services if, let's say, the cost is 5, is a negative 5 utility? And should the normal people spend on that? And should materialists spend on that? Because you're thinking about the cost, you say, oh, they spend a lot of money. Yeah, so you think, oh, money saving is a very good thing. But you just look at the cost component. You didn't look at the benefit. Yeah, then maybe they spend. Yeah, indeed, of course, they spend a lot of money. But how much the happiness they can get from spending the same money compared to you, not the materialisms, so not the materialists who spend the same amount of money, and how much the happiness you get from that. And compared to minimalists, and try to think from this perspective, you will find that if you are the person who are not true minimalist, and you force yourself to become a minimalist, and you are always in worse off, you are not getting better off, because by spending the money, maybe you can get, let's say, like 100 utilities by spending by sacrifice negative 5 utilities, which is the money, the value of the money to you. And you didn't do that because you convince yourself, okay, I need to save the 5. I shouldn't consume. I shouldn't let the 5 utilities go away. But without giving up, without sacrificing the 5 utility, you couldn't get greater. You couldn't get hundreds utility back from it. Just like you heard a lot of case, you heard a lot of story that people who save too much money, but they hurt their health and then they die earlier. Right? Or maybe some people, they are very selfish. Or maybe this is not the term I want to use. The term I want to use is the opposite of the generous, which is the
stingy.
Yeah, it's a stingy. It's a 吝啬, is it? Yeah, stingy. A person is so stingy, they don't spend any single cent on anything. But their life is so tough because actually they can spend a little money, to buy the tools, and then they can free out the time.
Yeah.
And they don't need to work so hard. Yeah. Or for example, let's say people who are so calculative that they don't buy the tool to cut the tree. Yeah, to cut a tree, you need some tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want to spend the money. You don't want to spend the money on the tools. How can you cut a tree? You use your hand. Yeah, you take out some stone and then you use your hand to keep like the snapping on the tree. Yeah, how much time you need to? Yeah, how much time you need to cut down a big tree?
Yeah.
Compared to another people have a well equipped has a well equipment. Yeah, so they are so stingy that make them worse off. This is the point I'm trying to bring out.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing. Minimalist is definitely better than materialist.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you already solved the just now my uncertainty, which is whether they include in this kind of comparison cost and benefit. So I think the answer is yes. Just now we mentioned that it doesn't matter as long as we live the life that we want. Here actually we need to figure out the cost and benefits, what we can get, what we need to sacrifice. This is already in our consideration.
Yeah, give you another example. This is also some example I read in the book Normal Mr. Nice Guy, and you are going to read that.
Yeah.
Some men, they have some hobbies. For example, go to the gym room and do exercise. Gym membership costs money, right?
Yeah.
Some men, they want to buy a fancy car. This costs money.
Okay.
Some men, they want to do the fishing. This is their hobby. They want to try fishing. And fishing, you need to buy the equipment. It costs you money. And some people, they want to go trying to see diving.
Yeah.
It also costs money to attend the course, to rent the equipment, to buy the gas tank, all those things. Some people, they want to travel around the world. It also costs money.
Yeah.
Tell me anything don't cost you money. If it really don't cost you money, tell me the thing whether it costs your time. If it costs your time, it also costs your money.
Yep, opportunity cost.
Yeah. So that what if the person really want to do the thing? Let's say the fishing. What's a true minimalist will behave? Like the person who adopt the minimalist because they want to become the minimalist. This kind of people, they're being brainwashed. They're being brainwashed by the minimalism. What they will do, they'll say, okay, fishing equipment, it's excellent thing. I don't need this. But actually, you want this is something you want, and you just exclude everything, including the thing you want of your life, and you just lie on your bed. You do nothing because you are the true minimalist.
Yeah. I kind of have different words to describe that kind of particular not real minimalist, which is like they live other people's life. They don't live their life, right? Because they follow maybe some rule or some guidance from so-called minimalist. So they live actually according to others people's life, other people's want, and not live their life.
And also, this idea can link to many topics. One of the most popular topic and one of the most important topic is personal finance. People say you need to save money. You need to force yourself to save money. But the real saver don't a good and a sustainable and a real saver don't force themselves to save money. They figure out what they want. They figure out time and money is interchangeable. They figure out what they want is a freedom. They know that by saving the money, they are saving their time. By spending the money on something, they actually need to spend more time on working in order to get back the thing. Or maybe they delay their financial freedom. Yeah. So that they finally figure out that, and then they believe in that. They believe that. So that they spend less. They become a saver naturally, automatically. They don't force themselves to save money.
Yeah.
They save money because they figure out what they want.
Yep, there will be less suffering when not spending compared to those who force themselves to save money.
Yeah, or totally no suffering. I would say totally not suffering should be the most apparent case, should be the most of the case. Yeah. For example, Chinese New Year is coming. Some people say, okay, I have to buy a new shirt. I have to buy a new dress. But for me, do I want to buy a new shirt? Do I want to buy a new pant? No, I don't want. My girlfriend asked me this question. Yeah, Chinese New Year, we go buy a new shirt. I say no. I have so many shirts. I have so many pants. Buy one more means that I need to find a place to store it. Yeah, this is a negative utility to me. Why I want to spend money to get a negative utility to me? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and when your clothes are kind of like broken, you will automatically go and buy one, right? That is the time you buy a new shirt.
Yeah, but I have too much shirts. I have too much shirts. Yeah. Yeah. So this is all the point I want to add in for today's topic.
Go to the next point I want to ask, which is, do you think it is possible to, because just now we already discussed and found that trying to be a minimalist and then you have this intention and then you do according to what the so-called minimalists do, is actually a wrong direction. This is not what you want. But is it possible that we have the intention to like do as what the minimalist suggests, to move something out from your house or room? Can this way find what we want? Is it possible, or is it a good way?
Is it possible? But it is not the good starting point. It's just not a good starting point. But how do you know? How do you know it's a good starting point if you didn't wear it? Your life is just a trial and error. You have to try. How do you finally find out the idea, knowing what you want, the meaning, the know what is so important without trying other things, without doing any other thing which is less efficient, which is less effective, which is didn't contribute much value to your life? How do you born how do you just born of your how can you just comes to this world and figure out everything that is the truth, or maybe at least have a very high degree of truth, and also to you personally? How can you know that? This is a part of learning. You can start from many points, and then you found your journey. You find the right. You eventually you found the a better direction to live to your potential. But without trying other route, you couldn't know which direction is the best for you. Just like if I didn't start investing, how can I know what is the best investment thesis for me? And if I start investment, how can I so comfortable? How can I so confident that the first thing I try is the best investment thesis and is the most correct ones of way of doing things for me? You experience many mistakes. You do many wrong things, and at the end, you need to reflect. You need to think. You need to act. You need to adjust. Yeah, so that you live your life to the potential. You find what
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anything else?
So what you mean is like we don't have to do those kind of things purposely, right? Like move out or throw
Yeah.
away the things that uh we already have.
You can maybe you can try. You can try whether this is what you want, or maybe a massive room give you a bad mood, but a tidy rooms give you a clear mind. Yeah, just like give you one example. One of the underrated benefit I get from the carnivore diet is actually the mental clarity. Actually, I mentioned this, but I didn't specifically mention how huge the benefit was I received
Okay.
by doing the by it by having the carnivore diet. And yeah, start from 2 months ago, I start doing the carnivore diet, and then these 2 months I feel that my mind is so calm, and I don't need to worry about, I don't need to think about what I need to cook, what I need to prepare about the food. I don't need to care about those things. And then the second thing is I won't feel very hungry because I don't eat carbs, and also because I have a high and flat energy. Yeah, I don't get tired. My energy level don't fluctuate. Sometimes high, sometimes low because of my insulin spike. I if you don't eat the carbs, your insulin won't spike that high, and you experience the mental clarity. This is something the state very very difficult to explain. It's just like a peace. You have the peace in your mind, and then you can focus on the things. You can think better. You can think faster. You can think smarter. And what's my feeling is these 2 months is so long. Yeah, these 2 months is so long. I live 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, live
Yeah.
it to the fullest, right? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. The time just passed 2 months, but I live but in my feeling I live 3 months. So the time passed slow. And then when I see what I learned, what I have learned in these 2 months is so huge. Yeah, the quantity of things, the amount of the knowledge I learned, the mindset I have evolved is such a big improvement, at least to me, compared to any other periods, compared to any other 2 months periods. This 2 months period is have a massive improvement. Yeah, I've learned a lot of things. I try to in the past I also listened to other people podcast. I also listened to the podcast, and now I also listen to podcast. But now I actually can think and spend more time to think about the idea, to really think in deep, and try to really think like the speaker. But in the past I couldn't do it like what I do, like what I did right now. Even though I can try to do, but I cannot get the full potential. I cannot get the full knowledge. I kind of like learn slowly. But now I have more time because I don't need to cook. I don't need to prepare the food. Yeah, I have more time, and I have more energy. I can really think. I can really spend time to think. Yeah, and I can can spend more time to re-listen to the podcast, all the things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mind is calm. Yeah. I can really focus. And also another thing is what is the thing? I suddenly forget.
Yeah. Any other benefits or what?
Yeah, it is a benefit. This is also regarding the mental clarity.
Okay.
And let me try to get some clue here. 3 months, live to 2 months, and then learn a lot. Yeah, and such a big improvement. And I don't need to cook. I don't need to prepare the foods. And yeah, I also don't need to spend a lot of time to purchase the food, to try to search the maybe any discount on the vegetable. I just go to I just go to the grocery shop and then just grab something I need: chicken, mackerel, pork lard. This is only 3 things I need. And and yeah, the peace in my mind. And also I recall the memory. Okay, it sounds like after I start the carnivore diet, and I don't really need too much time to spend this kind of video.
Oh, so it
And
is like
also
craving for that reduce, right?
yeah. And I also spend less time on like watching like the drama. Yeah, of course. And also watching the animation. Yeah, the anime. Yeah. And in the past, I still will spend time on that. Sometimes I will read some novel, something like that. And now I actually can abandon all of those things. I don't need that kind of relaxation.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
how
I think
about
this. Yeah. So the mental clarity here, the all the benefit associated to the mental clarity here, I think is actually the underrated benefit for most of people, and including me. This is a huge benefit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also happy for you. How about the craving for kind of like food, delicious foods,
No.
desserts, or some?
Okay. Okay. For me, I'm not the person who will crave for those things, and you cannot say it's a self-control, or you can say it's a self-control, but I can stand I can stand with the time not having those food. I can even though the foods in front of me, I can convince myself not eating this. I'm that type of person. So food to me is not very important. The delicious, the taste of the food to me is not very important value. I mean, to me. But for my girlfriend, she a person who will crave for food, and she'll eat like sugar, she'll eat something sweet, cake, all those things.
Yeah.
And one of his obstacle to start carnivore diet or start ketogenic diet is because they don't know whether they can sustain, whether they can determine. And then I convinced her to start. I convinced her this is not the problem. And yeah, I'm right. And after some time, sometimes the sugar in front of him, the sugar in front of her, he can say, yeah, I don't want to eat this. Or maybe there's some bread, there's some carbs.
Cake.
Yeah, and they can say, I give away to the roommate. I don't want to eat this. And sometimes And one of the time is she's hungry, and then she want to eat something, and then we just finished the dinner, some fish, but she still feel. And actually, the bread she want to give away her roommate. And then she said, "Yeah, maybe I want to eat one. I want to eat one because I'm so hungry." And then they take the bread and sit in front of the table and then look at the bread. And then the next second she said, "Yeah, I don't want to eat." Something like that. So that
it is not the willpower, right? It is like don't
it's
have
not the
the
willpower.
desire to eat it. Right?
First is not the desire. The second is, by eating the foods, you will feel bad. No matter is your physical health can get impacted. You can see the changes on your physical health. For example, your skin allergy come back, your nose sniffing come back, yeah, or your back start to pain, or you become tired, or maybe it's just about the mental one. Yeah, the energy is the mental one. Yeah. So she got the benefit. She can see the benefit that allow her in her own head, in her brain, automatically do the cost and benefit analysis. The benefit of not eating the foods is actually much higher than the cost of eating the food. I eat the food, I enjoy, I get a taste, but next day I'll feel bad for the whole day. Why I want to do that? Yeah, so it's something like that. Initially, she still will eat some of the like cake, some sugar, but after 2 weeks or after 3 weeks, she just eat very, very little, really very, very little. And those little carbs is actually totally fine for ketogenic diet. So now she don't need to determine to force himself or to force herself to adapt the ketogenic diet.
Yeah. I think it's really amazing, and the process is also not suffering. Yeah, because people, maybe they want to become vegetarian and they have to face the desire to eat meat, delicious food,
or eat sugar, eat carbs.
Yeah, they have the cravings. Yeah, they have to face.
So for this, I will ask a higher level question, which is, do you really see the benefit you get from the vegan diet or get from the vegetarian diet? If it is, then you will stick with that. But if you still crave for those things, then that means eat back those carbs, eat back those sugar, those cake. Doesn't see any changes to your body. So it also means that by sticking to the vegan diet, the vegetarian diet, don't give you the feelable. I want to say the health, the improvements or the changes that can be felt, that can be seen, very significant.
Yeah.
If that is the case,
you only make yourself worse.
The question is, did the vegetarian or vegan diet really healthy to you? Maybe healthy to your physical health, but how about your mental health?
Yeah, don't forget mental.
Yeah, and mental can affect back to your physical, right?
Yes.
Social participation rate, and also the control over your life. 11 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, were you willing? Maybe in future, were you willing to try the carnivore diet or the ketogenic diet?
Yeah, I think I actually have this attempts. Yeah, I want to try, but I think I need more knowledge first and
Sure.
then
You of course you need more knowledge.
yeah, and also I need more preparation because after I switch to that diet, I need to prepare the food for my own, and yeah, those things I need to prepare.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah,
And yeah, maybe buy a steamboat, buy a
mm,
steamboat or buy a slow cooker, a bigger one. You can cook
yeah,
for whole chicken, and a whole chicken can feed you one day. Yeah,
mm,
and I think for Asian country, many people couldn't really eat more than one chicken per day. For most of people, yeah. For me right now, I
mm.
count I eat around 600 to 700 grams of chicken, and also eat some fish. The fish is not full. Yeah, it's just one small piece of fish. It's just
Okay, a slice
it's
of it,
just
right?
yeah, something like that. But
Mm,
it's very small, and it's not going to get you full. And
mm,
it should just give me enough omega-3 that I
mm,
need, and also some liver, and also some
mm.
pork lard. Yeah, and you need to eat quite a lot of fats. You should eat more. You'll get through this process. You think you eat a lot of fats, but actually you are not enough. Yeah,
Mm,
you think you eat enough fat, but actually it's not enough.
mm.
And
Yeah.
for um for my founding, of course, this is not suitable for every people. You need around 50 gram 50 gram uh of the fat. Okay, if you don't eat beef, okay, if you eat beef, maybe you can eat the tallow, which is the beef fat.
Okay.
And if you eat beef, maybe you don't need additional fat, because beef is not the lean meat. But if you eat like the chicken or
Mm,
maybe a rabbit meat, this is a very, very lean meat.
mm,
You need add fat,
mm.
and don't use vegetable oil. Use the animal fat. And the
Mm.
most accessible animal fat is the pork lard. Maybe
Yeah,
you can
pork
find
lard.
the tallow. Maybe you can find the beef tallow. Yeah. And chicken fat is not good. Of course,
Oh,
you can't really access the chicken fat. Yeah. I mean, buy the pure chicken fat. You couldn't do that because chicken is just a lean animal. Unlike the pork,
mm,
unlike the pork, you can just grab the fat out from their meat.
yeah.
Unlike the beef, yeah. So most practically, you will get the pork lard, and you need to add like additional 50 gram. Maybe you can try.
Mm,
I think 30 gram is too less. You need 40 gram, 50 gram or above,
mm.
maybe 60 gram. Yeah.
Okay. Would you able to feel if it is not enough? I mean the body
Yeah,
reaction.
you can really, really feel that. First is a constipation, the bowel
Oh,
movement. And the second is you are not satiated, which means you are not satisfied with your food. You are not full.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm,
And also maybe about your energy level. Yeah, you can feel that. You just can feel that something wrong, but you don't know which one is wrong. Maybe you
mm,
need to take more salt. Maybe you need to take more salt. You need to
mm,
drink the salt water, or maybe you need to drink more water, or
mm,
maybe you need to eat some liver, which can provide you the mineral and
mm,
some the vitamin, some additional vitamin that you lack of. It could be anything. But
mm,
to me, what I found is water. If you feel unwell, drink more water. This is a faster thing you can access to try to see
mm.
whether you get better or
Yep.
water. And second is salt. Yeah, eat more salt. You can add into the water and drink the salt water. And also, but don't drink too salty water. Yeah, yeah. And then this is something you need to figure out by yourself. Yeah,
Mm,
and sometimes the salt water is too thin, and then it didn't contribute anything, because you need to take really like the significant amount of salt. Yeah. Okay, and this is also something quite subjective. You need to try by
Mm.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people already eat quite a lot of salt in their diet, some not. Okay, and some people need more sodium, some people don't need. Okay, and also the third thing is the fat. Yeah, the animal fat. This is three of the things I think is very important. Yeah, I know. Yeah, also the fourth one is the vitamin and also the mineral. Maybe you can try to get some supplements, or maybe you just eat the liver, some organ meat. Liver is the best organ meat. Yeah, you can get a pork liver, you can get chicken liver, you can get beef liver. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also when you search about the liver, you also can find some meat, and then you will encounter this, which is a liver. Some people say it's not good for eating too much. First thing is a vitamin A too much, and if you contain too much vitamin A, you'll get poison. And the second myth is about the liver is a toxic. It contains a lot of toxic.
Yeah, I've heard this a lot.
Yeah, it's also something that this is the nuances you need to try to get information by yourself. So it's kind of like you encounter each one, each of the issue. Yeah. Yeah. So it's this four thing. If you feel unwell, try to do this four thing. Drink more water, drink more salt water, add more fat in the next day, and also maybe eat the liver. Maybe change from dinner to the morning. See whether it helps or not. Maybe in the morning you just eat the chicken, and then you don't eat liver, and then for the whole day your body don't have the mineral. Maybe in the morning, in the daytime, you need more mineral, you need more vitamins compared to the nighttime.
Yeah.
And nighttime, because your organ just rest, and also when you wake up, you go to pee, and all the mineral just go away, and then didn't really absorb by your body. Maybe, I'm not sure. And also one last thing I want to add in is the omega-6 ratio. This is something you really need to concern, because most of our problem is actually come from our inflammation. Yeah. Okay, I will say like this: most of our problem is actually come from two factors. The first is too high carbs. You eat too much carbohydrate, and that carbohydrate actually maybe affect your insulin level, affect your organ function, affect the efficiency, affect the effectiveness of your organ function well. Yeah, oxidation of this thing. So you can try low carb diets. Yeah, or you just jump into ketogenic, jump into the carnivore diet. And the second is the omega-6 ratio. You need to get enough omega-3 to make your diet, to make your body have a balanced, relatively balanced omega-6 ratio, so that you'll feel better, because it reduces inflammation symptoms. And many disease, you think it cannot be solved, but it just miraculously solved by just adopt these two principles. Reduce carb or avoid carbs, and also increase omega-3, balance your omega-6 ratio. Yeah, many problems just automatically being solved by using these two principles.
Yeah.
Yeah, how can a diet cure your back pain? How can a diet cure your shoulder pain? How can your diet give you more calms? Yeah, it's impossible. Yeah, or I should say it's a miracle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so
yeah, so appreciate your sharing. Yeah, I think we need to put an end here for today.
Okay, talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye.